This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118 verse 24. Each day is a rich and precious gift from God, with new grace and new opportunities. So let's make this our to-do list for today. Number 1, count your blessings. Count your blessings and not your problems. You may say this is not the right time to count your blessings. Trust me, blessings are everywhere. You just need to have positive thoughts to notice them. Usually you hear people say, I got a new car, a new home, or promotion. I'm so blessed. God has been amazing to me. Be thankful for the little things, for they are the most important. We should be more thankful for our spiritual blessings. Christ has saved us from death and the wrath of God. Because of Him, we are in God's family. This is a blessing we should all cherish more. The second thing on your to-do list should be, let go of what you can't control. Sometimes we need to step back and let God take control. I'm convinced that learning to let go and let God have His way in our lives is the best thing we can do for ourselves. If we believe, as it says in Colossians 1, verse 17, that God is before all things and in Him all things hold together, then we can trust and know that He's got our back. The third thing on your to-do list should be practice kindness. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Being kind to others, even when it is not immediately reciprocated, can provide many blessings in the long run. God always rewards our efforts. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Someone has said well, guard within yourself that treasure kindness. Know how to give without hesitation, how to lose without regret, how to acquire without meanness. Kindness is a language the blind can see and the deaf can hear. The fourth thing, listen to your heart. This can be said a few different ways, like follow your heart, or maybe trust your feelings. I get it. In the context of everyday life stuff, following your heart isn't all that earth-shattering or life-changing. Maybe at those times we are really saying, be true to yourself, or something along the lines of guard yourself. What does the Bible have to say on listening to your heart? Ecclesiastes 10 verse 2 says, A wise man's heart inclines him to the right, but a fool's heart to the left. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lead not in thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. So serve the Lord with simplicity of heart. Fifth, be productive. Focus on the task in hand. Focus on working hard, and God will bless your hard work. This is found in Proverbs 16 verse 3. Proverbs 6 verses 10 and 11 says, A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. By all means, plan ahead, but do not procrastinate. Last but not the least, just breathe. Breath is the finest gift of nature. Be grateful for this wonderful gift. We all start life with a gasp of air. How much control we have over our first moments with oxygen is debatable, but the influence thereafter is significant. Body benefits from deep breathing, such as reduced blood pressure and beneficial cardiovascular effects. Job 33 verse 4 says, "The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life." So friends, no more excuses. Any activity that controls breathing is worth your time. Today's takeaway: don't look for big things. Just do small things with great love. This advice comes from Mother Teresa.